say that.
No, you're crazy. You have crazy eyes. What are you, Mike Tyson?
I'm not Mike Tyson. Please don't say that. Ugh. It was a guy I dated that did something so horrible. No, no, listen to me. It was so horrible. It wasn't like a regular thing.
When? When?
Seven, seven, 7 years ago.
7 years ago. And you're still this pissed? Ah, yeah.
He did something so despicable. He represents everything I hate. He's part of this little bourgeoisie. He did something that is so wrong.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right, okay.
No, like lying and doing terrible things.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Like part of this post-colonial bullshit.
I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. It doesn't warrant this kind of behavior. Okay? You have an impulse control disorder and you need to be medicated. That's the problem here.
Look, I was in control. I was just okay. Okay, I was angry. I was angry, but I'll never get angry again. I lost my temper because he did something so wrong. He had sex with children.
You know how to pick them, honey.
Well, I think it was wrong to throw us out like that.
You think it was wrong to throw us out? You're lucky we didn't get shot. The two of us, I mean, honestly.
Well, they don't shoot people in France.
Well, that's bullshit. That's another fallacy. But anyway, so that was another X.
Yeah.
All right. No big deal. I mean, right? Run into a couple of X's. That's not a big deal, right?
Yeah. Why would it be a big deal?
Is an affair a big deal? Is that a big deal to you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
So is the affair with this guy a big deal?
Who?
With Matthew?
What?
Uh-huh.
I left my phone in Paris. That's why I picked it up when we came from New York to drop the cat, right? So I left it. My mom gave it to my sister, and she had an affair with him. So he left it. He left it for my sister, the messages.
Right. Right. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Try this one though with slightly more feeling. I'm not quite sure I bought that one. I mean, honestly, do you think I'm an idiot? You must think I'm like the stupidest person on the entire planet. You expect me to believe we're a victim of some sort of French farce here? You know, I mean, come on. And your poor little sister, you're gonna turn her into a scapegoat? I mean, that girl's got enough problems, you know? She's busy turning dozens of children to serial killers right now, you know? She's very busy.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I did have a thing with Matthew 2 years ago, but it was nothing serious. It was before I met you, so it doesn't count, okay? It doesn't mean anything.
You know what? You know, I'm starting to believe there's a small world theory, but it just applies to your sex life, okay? And it wasn't 2 years ago, honey. I don't know what the fuck these things say, but I know they were in January, okay? That they're horrible. What does it say? Tu male, Google Translate. They were bad. They were bad.
Why are you doing this? I didn't lie. He kept on sending me messages even after. It was nothing. And he kept sending messages. I mean, it's actually funny. Some of them are really funny. Let me translate the humor to you. It's really funny. It's not like serious sex messages.
You lied. You lied.
I don't lie. I was protecting you. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. All right. I lied. I lied, but just on that. Please trust me. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't cheat on you.
How do I know? How can I believe you anymore? How do I know what's bad anyway? I mean, in France, apparently, maybe having a little anal sex on the side is like, oh, going fishing or playing a little Scrabble.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Trust me, the messages didn't mean anything to me. They're just messages. I didn't do anything bad. Please believe me. We're in Paris.
No, 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 no. We're not in Paris. We're in hell.
Just say it.
Say what?
Say I'm a whore.
I'm a whore?
I'm a whore.
I'm a whore.
No, I'm a whore. Just say it.
I'm a whore.
Just say it. What? You don't want to say it. You want to stay the friendly John Wayne guy, right?
John Wayne, what the fuck?
You want to be the good guy. Always. I'm the Indian. Yeah, that's me. Well, let me break the news to you. It's not your cock that's too big for French condoms. It's your ego that's too big for French condoms, and Italian ones too.
Not bad.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, um, I think if when we all do it again, I think that you would take a beat between, because it's funny and you did a really good job and you took my notes, Barbara, really well. Maybe a beat between I was trying to protect you because
Yeah.
it beat you're just covering yourself right there because you know you're lying. So if you might do a little of what I call Dannyism, where he goes, I was protecting you, it's like because he's busted you. All
Right.
right, let's change places. But you really took it in, and it was really nice, Barbara. Well
Thank
done. Well done. It's a good scene, actually. All right, come on.
Uh-oh. Here we
Martha,
go.
thank you for taking my notes. You changed it really nicely, even when you were doing the voices.
you.
And do you guys see when you change roles like this or anything, how it helps you get more understanding?
Mhm.
It really does. Okay, so here we go. And whenever you're ready.
Smack. What?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm
I
really
mean,
sorry.
honestly, you're acting like a crazy person.
Don't say that.
No, you're crazy. You have crazy eyes. What are you, Mike Tyson?
I'm not Mike Tyson. Don't say that. Ugh. It was a guy I dated that did something so horrible. No, 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 listen to me. It's so horrible. It was not like a regular thing.
When? When?
Seven, 7 years ago.
7 years ago? And you're still this pissed? Ugh, come on, man.
He did something despicable. He represents everything I hate. He's part of this little bourgeoisie, and he did something that is so wrong.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right. Okay. Just,
You like lying and doing terrible things,
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
like part of this post-colonial bullshit.
I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. It doesn't work that kind of behavior, okay? You have an you have an impulse control disorder and you need to be medicated. That's the problem here.
I was in control. It was just okay. I was angry. But I'll never get angry again. I lost my temper because he did something so wrong. He had sex with children.
You know how to pick him, honey.
Well, I think it was wrong to throw us out like that.
You thought it was wrong to throw us out. You're lucky we don't get shot. The two of us. I mean, honestly,
Well, they don't shoot people in France.
that's bullshit. That's another fallacy. But anyway, so that was another ex?
Yeah.
All right. No big deal. I mean, right? I mean, run to a couple of exes. That's not a big deal, right?
Yeah. Why would it be a big deal?
Is an affair a big deal? Is that a big deal to you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, okay.
What?
So, is this affair with this guy a big deal?
Who?
With Matthew.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I left my phone in Paris. That's why I picked it up when we came from New York to drop the cat, right? So so I left it. My mom gave it to my sister, and she had an affair with him. So he left it. He left it for my sister, the messages.
Right. Right. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Try this one though with slightly more feeling. I'm not quite sure I bought that one. I mean, honestly, do you think I'm an idiot? You must think I'm like the stupidest person on the entire planet. You expect me to believe we're a victim of some sort of French farce here? I mean, come on. And your poor little sister, you're going to turn into a scapegoat? I mean, that girl's got enough problems. She's busy turning dozens of children into serial killers right now. She's very busy.
Okay. You're right. You're right. I did have a thing with Matthew 2 years ago, but it was nothing serious. It was before I met you, so it doesn't count, okay? It doesn't mean anything.
You know what? I'm starting to believe there is a small world theory, but it just applies to your sex life, okay? And it wasn't 2 years ago, honey. I don't know what the fuck these things say, but I know they were in January, okay? And that they're horrible. What does it say? Tu amale. Google Translate. They were bad. They were bad.
Why are you doing this? I didn't lie. He kept on sending me messages even after. It was nothing. And he kept sending messages. I mean, it's actually funny. Some of them are really funny. Let me translate the humor to you. It's really funny, not like serious sex messages.
You lied. You lied.
I don't lie. I was protecting you. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. All right. I lied. I lied just on that. But please trust me. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't cheat on you.
How do I know? How can I believe you anymore? How do I know what's bad anyway? I mean, in France, apparently, having a little anus sex on the side is like, oh, going fishing or playing a little Scrabble.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Trust me. The messages mean nothing to me. It's just messages. I didn't do anything bad. Please. We're in Paris.
No, 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 we're not in Paris. We're in hell. Ugh.
Say it.
Say what?
Say I'm a whore.
I'm a whore.
I'm a whore.
I'm a whore.
No, I'm a whore. Just say it.
I'm a whore.
Just say it. Why you don't want to say it? You want to stay the friendly John Wayne guy, right?
John Wayne, what the fuck are you talking about?
You want to be the good guy, always. I'm the Indian. Yep, that's me. Well, let me break the news to you. It's not your cock that's too big for French condoms. It's your ego that's too big for French condoms. And Italian condoms, too.
Not bad.
Okay, good. All right, everybody come back. So what did it feel like to you? And if any of you have comments,
I'm tired now.
yeah, it's
Exhausting.
it's exhausting. And that's really how you're going to be auditioning. It's exhausting, huh?
It's
So,
exhilarating. I mean, it's fun, but
yeah,
it wipes you out.
yes, it does. So just remember this, Barbara. For you, it's always very hard when a character starts off angry because it just kind of wipes out everything. Because once you start out angry, it's easy to keep being angry through the whole thing.
Hmm.
So the actor needs to sometimes try to find a way to calm themselves down so they're not blaring angry. Maybe this is a scene where you might want to bring in a lot of intentions. He did terrible things. Listen to me. He did things with children. Do you see what I'm saying? To use to confide a secret or, you know, I'm not lying. Okay, I'm lying. You know, to change your rhythms and your beats. Because anger is so big that it can fill the actor up and just take us all the way through. I'm not saying that it did you. I'm just saying for all of us, please be aware of what anger can do to an actor. Marshall, how did you feel? You took my
Um,
notes really well on I'm not a whore.
yeah. Um, it was fun. Barbara's fun. It was fun to work with Barbara on this one. Um, I think I had fun with it. The hardest thing for me is like what you say is like when casting directors, they just read it flat. You know what I mean? And then I have to really, I have to imagine and create the energy for it. So it's easy. I can still, even though I can't see Barbara, I can still feel the energy and like leverage off of that. Do you know what I mean? And so it's much
Well,
harder when it's just flat. You know what I mean? It's just,
we
yeah.
can do the same scenes next week and do it flat if you
Yeah.
want. We can take a vote at the end. Because we're only going to have time to do it this way for each scene. I think, maybe not. But it is so hard to try and
Yeah.
do it now. There was one spot, Marshall, where you had that very long monologue
Mhm.
where you were really looking to the side and reading. It's the first time I've ever seen you do that.
Oh, I didn't have on my computer screen. I just printed them out.
But that's
So
okay. But I
yeah.
want you then, if you're going to do that, to put it right under so you're still looking down and up, not to the side. See,
Fair point.
so that's the first time I've seen you do it. So I just want to make sure you know,
Yeah.
okay? But you were very funny. Two of you were very crazy and funny. Um, I like the role. You weren't playing a romantic, which I know you said romance kind of throws you off, but both of you were playing two crazy people in love
Hmm.
and really crazy. You're not normal, neither one of you. If I were with someone and that happened, they'd walk away and leave me, you know. Anybody else have anything they want to say before we go to the next scene?
I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really nice. Both of them felt like very real and like you were reacting in the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks, Jazz.
good
I
work.
was thinking that I think Marshall, I really liked everything you did. I was thinking that it's one of those scenes that it's challenging on Zoom because I feel like the rhythms of that, like your character having a freak out, reminded me of like Steve Martin, John Cusack, actors like that, who with volume and physicality, like they're screaming to the streets of Paris. Oh, really? Maybe anal sex isn't a big deal, kind of a thing that on Zoom, when we're just sort of sitting there talking, it's just hard, and you've got that one camera. But I think on a stage, it might even liberate the both of you more to be having this fight in public and screaming or pirouetting or doing whatever you're bringing
Yeah.
to it. It
I
felt like
rose
there
my
was room for that if you wanted it.
I really liked even the quivering, where he was like quivering. Where's Andy? Andy, turn your camera on.
Oh, you know what it reminded me of? Steve Martin in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Just the rhythm of that when John Candy's acting like a fool and he's just having a meltdown for half the movie.
That's a funny movie. I don't remember that. Yeah, I was like to your point, Patrick. I was like, I raised my hand because like, oh yeah, I have to remember I'm on the streets of Paris.
Right.
That's why I did that. I was just like, I'm going crazy, and no one understands what I'm trying to say. I don't understand what anyone else is saying.
Well, what's cool is like it's that thing that Tony's always trying to do, where she's like, show us your environment. Show us that you're on a public street. Show us that it's night. Show us that cars are passing by. Whatever you can bring to it, because I think you're that kind of actor that you bring environment so well.
Yeah, even when you did the Japanese soldier, you brought us into such an amazing environment. Andy, turn your camera on.
Yeah.
Yeah, good work. Really good work, you guys. Who'd like to go next?
So
Go.
Danny?
Sure.
And Danny, who are you working with?
Karina.
All right.
Hold on.
And well, turn off your camera, sweetheart.
Hello? Oh, hi. You left your door open, so I was in the neighborhood.
Peter,
Hi,
what are you
Ann.
doing here?
I just I was in the neighborhood and I was thinking about you. So I thought I'd stop by and your door was do you always leave your door open like that? In New York and all. Anyhow, so I went to knock and it just kind of swung open. So
It's
I
okay. It's okay. I kind of wanted to talk to you anyways. Peter, sit down.
okay. Yeah, well, I wanted to talk to you too.
Now, Peter, this has got to stop. You know that. You're a very intelligent boy. You're even a rather sensitive boy. You have a way of a kind of natural authority that is
Very unusual.
very unusual in a
lad of my years.
lot of. Don't mock me. Now, Peter, since you are intelligent and sensitive, you must have some small,
Insight.
yes, insight into my position, my feelings. It must be obvious, at least I hope it is, that I am a respectable woman. I mean, I know what happened. what happened in Greece, nevertheless.
May I speak? By the time I was 10, I had 4 passports. My mother buzzed around a lot, and I'll say this for her. She was always ready to drag me along. So I wasn't left to the servants. And my old man, he was kind of a standard son of a bitch. And my mother,
Oh, Peter, I'm sure I remind you of your mother. You may not have been conscious of it, but
I've never known a woman who reminds me less of my mother.
what?
You know who reminds me of my mother? Trina reminds me of my mother.
Oh God. Um,
I'm just trying to say I'm just 22,
I know.
and I've been around. I've had my quota of girls and their mothers.
Do you spare the grannies?
You're an astonishingly unsophisticated woman, you know? Very middle class.
You're ridiculous.
You're smiling. You know, that's the first time you've really smiled at me. Do you like for me to be ridiculous? It's easy.
Peter, I don't know what to say. I'm very touched and absolutely horrified
Why?
because I had no idea. Peter, I cannot let you come here again.
I think you're right about that. We'll take an apartment.
Peter, I want you to go now.
No, that's not what you want.
I mean it.
And all the hoo-ha around here, I think I forgot to tell you that I am in love with you.
I'm very honored and terribly flattered, but Peter, for you to be in love with me, it just isn't convenient. You can't just fling yourself into my life like some crazy person. And every time I move, I have to step over you. You're upsetting things. My life has a certain balance and harmony.
You'd be better off with a little chaos.
Well, you certainly provide that.
It's the youth bit. Spontaneity, say what you mean what you feel. Pow, action now. You'll learn to love it.
No, I won't. Don't you understand? I've had all that pow action now business. What I want now is pow tranquility now.
How about trying for dead?
I mean it.
I don't believe you.
Then believe this. I am not attracted to young boys. Not you, not any.
Lady, that is a lie. I don't know about anybody else, but you are certainly attracted to me. Why can't you just be honest? What are you so frightened of?
It's horrible.
What is?
Falling all over a young man.
But you're not falling all over me.
Not yet.
Well, that was honest.
I'm not in love with you.
You don't know whether you are or not. You haven't even given yourself a chance. You're so spooked by the idea of what people will think that you can't even think for yourself. And I mean, who are all these people whose opinions count so much? Your mother, your daughter, Mayor Lindsay. Your mother's charming, but she wouldn't care if I was still in short pants as long as she hooks up with the Hohenhausers.
God, you are so arrogant.
As for Trina,
Please go.
you are a beautiful woman, and I love you, Anne. Anne, let me love you.
Peter, oh God, it's my mother.
Good. Well,
See.
Miss Kalina, you did a very, very good job.
Oh, thank you.
Got some good laughs out of me. That you really, it was quite wonderful. I think this is probably the best thing I've seen you do.
Oh, thank you.
Really, really nice. So, Danny, I get that you're playing a 22-year-old boy who is lusting after the daughter of a mother you've probably been dating, right?
No, I'm lusting after the mother of the daughter I've been dating. Or I wasn't dating the daughter. I met the mother in Greece. And actually, I had a date with the daughter, and the mother happened to be her mother, or the daughter who I had a date with
Yeah.
happened
Well,
to
there's
be.
an important line in there that I think that your character says that he's really sorry, he says. And that is the line where you say, I've dated many, many women as well as their mothers.
Right.
And I think that's the line that really freaks Karina out, because is she a victim? Are you real? And are you real? I don't know. I need to ask you that question. Do you really love her? Because I was in between wondering that. Or
I do.
she's not just another conquest.
No.
You're sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I really love her.
What's happened with the other mothers that you've fallen in love with?
I didn't really fall in love with them.
You
So
just
kind of,
you just
I
knew
moved
you.
on.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
think when you say that line, you regret saying it.
Hmm.
And that you need to feel that you need to make up for that line by really, really meaning it.
Okay.
Softly. Because I think what happened is that you didn't romance her. I need to see you try and romance her with your words. Not just I love you, but I love you. Do you understand? I love you.
Yeah.
I didn't feel earnest coming there. And so neither did Karina. You've got to really say it. So she's hovering between two worlds there, which Karina, you did very well.
Right.
You did do that. But I think Danny could have given you more by maybe breaking that, Danny, and using an intention of to really mean it. I love you. No, because I said I had other women and their mothers, but you're different. Did you ever see the movie Dangerous Liaisons?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, it's something. This feels very similar to that. Where you just, he beds everybody on a dare, but he really on a dare he goes under Michelle. Who was it? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
And yeah, and she really falls in love with him, and she takes her life, or she dies. And after she dies, he realizes that he really did love her.
Hmm.
So I think that you maybe really do love her, but I didn't get that you felt it.
Okay.
I need to feel that from you. All right, Patrick, go
Toni, I
ahead.
had a question based on what you're suggesting for Danny.
Yeah.
Danny, when you're playing the beginning of coming in with the door, what's your intention there?
I want to see her again. I'm kind of obsessed, and I want to see her.
But
And,
are you playing sort of like, honestly, you're just finding an excuse, or are you like, hey, wink, wink, I just happen to be in the neighborhood and you know that you want me to be here, don't you? It's no accident.
Yeah, I think it's more that.
Yeah, I think that might help. Toni, I don't know what you think, but it might help Danny get across that sort of flirtatious, I'm here for romance kind of, I've got romance on the brain, and I know that I think that you We both know that this is what you want too.
Well, I think that you're right. And I think that Karina definitely showed at the beginning she was interested in him. Even though she didn't wish to be, she fluffed her hair down. She took her glasses off. She showed me that against her will, her body was still attracted. Do you know what I mean? Which I loved.
Yeah.
I love that, Karina. I love that you did that. I thought that was a beautiful move. And maybe Danny, when you sit down, physically, maybe you should begin to show us by taking off your coat.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
maybe that would help you. And since she doesn't stop you, because you do say at one time, I know what you're feeling. I know you do like me, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't have a lot to say to you, Karina, because I just really liked what you did. So I'd like you to go first. And Danny, I think it'll help you to find. I mean, sometimes when, I'm not here to show you how to or anything, but sometimes when men are romancing someone, they talk a different way sometimes. Sometimes it's like softer here and there.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about the whole time. I'm
Yeah.
just talking about lines like, no, but I really do love you. I love you. There's no one else, just you. Does
Okay.
that make sense? And then there's that cockiness that you brought in beautifully, Danny. Um, Come on, I've had women, I've had their mothers. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, in your brain. But you're different, I'm
Mm.
gonna be true to you. Does that make sense? I think you'll find
Yeah.
it better by just doing the voice the first time to Karina. And then when it's your turn,
Okay.
I think it'll help you a lot.
Okay.
This is
Um,
what, yes, Danny, go ahead.
you said something about intention. I'm not sure. Could you kind of explain intentions a little bit? I know you
Yes,
spoke about it before, but
yes, sure. We spoke about it before in the intentions and objectives. I sent you some paperwork. Did you get that today, you guys? The extra
yeah,
paper I sent you about setting up a character?
yeah.
Intentions is Uta Hagen, and objectives are Uta Hagen, and intention slash transitive verbs are William Ball. And it is what you want. I think one of the things that you want, what do you want from her? You want her to love you. You want her to sleep with you. Her fear is that she doesn't want to be just another number, you know?
Mhm.
Plus, she's going to lose all her pride and her reputation if she sleeps with you, a young boy, and then you just go on to somebody else. So
Right.
your intention is it changes all the time. I liked your reluctance at the beginning. You were a little awkward. But I think when you come in, you physically need to show us that you are there to make your point.
Okay.
I'm
By
here.
taking off the coat.
Well, I'm only suggesting that because
Right.
I want you to have an action and an activity. You guys, from this point on, from this class on, we are going to have to start working with props like Karina did. She took her hair down, she took her glasses off. Maybe at some point you have a handkerchief as you're talking to her and you're cleaning your glasses as you're talking, you know,
Mhm.
your handkerchief away, putting your glasses back on, maybe pulling them down. You guys, you need that because acting is not just saying, it's you're real people. I don't ever just stand still and talk. I don't know any woman or man that does. We're so multitasking all the time. So another thing, Danny, for you, I would think of a sexy song. What's one of your favorite songs? Like one of my favorite songs for sexy would be that song they did in 10 and a half weeks, dun 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 with the drummer. You leave your hat on.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Okay. Yeah, Joe Cocker.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you just you get that feeling, so that you get that feeling in your body, and it's the feeling in your body that affects her, because you're both saying words. She's saying no, no, no. You're saying yes, 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 no, yes. If we were to do this as a Meisner scene, all she would be saying is no, 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 and you'd be saying no, no, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, no, no. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got to seduce her. You really do love her, because you said that's what your choice was.
Mhm.
So let's
Yeah.
bring up her. Did that answer your question, Danny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Still have the page I sent you with intentions?
Yeah, I don't have it right with me, but
You still have
I
that.
have it. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
All right, so let's turn off our camera. Let's bring Karina up. You're going to do the
Okay.
word.
So I'm going off then? I'm turning my camera off? Okay.
Bob Marley is behind you. Okay.
Um, I can't hear
Do you
anything.
have, Danny? Do you have the first words? Danny?
My mic was muted. Sorry. Well, I was great too, by the way. No.
Karina, just if you're gonna play with your face, play with your face somewhere. It not maybe you're feeling your skin, maybe you can't just act at feeling your face. Really feel it.
Okay.
Hello? Hello, Anne?
Peter?
Hi. Yeah. Hi, Anne.
Oh.
Your door was just left a little bit open. I was in the neighborhood and I decided to stop by and say hi.
Yeah. Come on in. Come on in.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Peter, since you're here, sit down.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you.
Okay, I want to talk to you too.
Now, Peter, this has got to stop. I mean, you know that. You are a very intelligent boy, and you're even a rather sensitive boy. You have a kind of natural authority that is,
Very unusual.
yes, very unusual in
And a lad of my years.
a lot of your. Don't mock me. Now, Peter, since you are intelligent and sensitive, I mean, you must have some small,
Insight.
yes, some small insight into my position, my feelings. It must be obvious, at least I hope it is, that I'm a respectable woman. I mean, I know what happened in Greece, nevertheless.
May I speak now? By the time I was 10, I had 4 passports. My mother buzzed around a lot. And I'll say this for her, she was always ready to yank me along with her. I wasn't left to the servants. My old man's was kind of a standard son of a bitch. And my mother, well,
Oh, Peter, I'm sure I remind you of your mother. You may not have been conscious of it, but
I've never known a woman who reminded me less of my mother.
I'm sorry.
You know who reminds me of my mother? Trina reminds me of my mother.
Oh God.
All I'm trying to say is that I'm only 22.
I know.
I've been around. I've had my quota of girls and their mothers.
Do you spare the grannies?
You're an astonishingly unsophisticated woman, very middle class.
You're ridiculous.
You're smiling. That's the first time you've really smiled at me. Do you like for me to be ridiculous? It's easy.
Peter, I don't know what to say. I'm very touched and absolutely horrified
Why?
because I had no idea. Peter, I cannot let you come here again.
I think you're right about that. We'll take an apartment.
Peter, I want you to go now.
No, that's not what you want.
I mean it.
In all the hoo-ha around here, I think I forgot to tell you that I'm in love with you.
I'm very honored and terribly flattered. But Peter, for you to be in love with me, it just isn't convenient. You can't just fling yourself into my life like some crazy person. Every time I move, I have to step over you. You're upsetting things. My life has a certain balance and harmony.
You'd be better off with a little chaos.
Well, you certainly bring that.
It's the youth bit. Spontaneity. Say what you mean what you feel. Pow, action now. You'll learn to love it.
No, I won't. Don't you understand? I've had all of that pow action now business. What I want is pow tranquility now.
How about trying for dead?
I mean it.
I don't believe you.
Then believe this. I am not attracted to young boys. Not you, not any.
Lady, that is a lie. I don't know about anybody else, but you are certainly attracted to me. Why can't you be honest? What are you so frightened of?
It's horrible.
What is?
Falling all over a young man.
But you're not falling all over me.
Not yet.
Well, that was honest.
I am not in love with you.
You don't know whether you are or not. You haven't given yourself a chance. You're so spooked by the idea of what people will think. You can't think yourself. And who are all those people whose opinions count so much? Your mother, your daughter, Mayor Lindsay. Your mother's charming, but she wouldn't care if I was still in short pants as long as she still hooks up with the Hohenhausers.
God, you're so arrogant.
As for Trina,
Please go.
you are a beautiful and desirable woman. I love you, Anne. Let me love you.
Peter. Oh God. It's my mother.
Good. Very good. Good work, Karina. At one point, I almost had the feeling you did want to be with him, which is, I think he confuses you. All right, Danny, come on up. Karina, you're going to do the voice.
Okay. Oh, how do we oh.
Just turn off your video, sweetheart. Okay.
Hello? Hello? Anne?
Peter? Peter, is that you?
Yeah. Hi, Ann.
Oh, um, come in, come in.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi. I was in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd stop by and see how you are. And,
Um, yeah, no, I'm glad you're here. Sit down, Peter. I want to talk to you.
yeah. I want to talk to you too.
Now, Peter, this has got to stop. You know that. You are a very intelligent boy. You're even a rather sensitive boy. You have a way of a kind of natural authority that is
Very unusual.
very unusual. Um,
In
uh,
in a lad of my years.
in a lad of your, don't mock me. Now, Peter, since you are intelligent and sensitive, you must have some small, um,
Insight.
yes, yes, some small insight into my position, my feelings. It must be obvious, at least I hope it is, that I am a respectable woman. I mean, I know what happened in Greece, nevertheless.
May I speak now? By the time I was 10, I had 4 passports. My mother buzzed around a lot. And I'll say this for her. She was always ready to yank me along with her. I wasn't left to the servants. My old man, he was kind of a standard son of a bitch. And my mother,
Oh,
she,
Peter, I'm sure I remind you of your mother. You may not have been conscious of it, but
I've never known a woman that reminds me less of my mother.
what?
You know who reminds me of my mother? Trina reminds me of my mother.
Oh, God.
All I'm trying to say is that I'm only 22.
I know.
I've been around. I've had my quota of girls and their mothers.
Do you spare the grannies?
You're an astonishingly unsophisticated woman, you know? Very middle class.
You're ridiculous.
You're smiling. That's the first time you've really ever smiled at me. Do you like for me to be ridiculous? It's easy.
Peter, I don't know what to say. I'm very touched and absolutely horrified
Why?
because I had no idea. Peter, I cannot let you come here again.
I think you're right about that. We'll take an apartment.
Peter, I want you to go now.
No, that's not what you want.
I mean it.
And all the hoo-ha around here, I forgot to tell you that I'm in love with you.
I'm very honored and terribly flattered, but Peter, for you to be in love with me, it just isn't convenient. You can't just fling yourself into my life like some crazy person. Every time I move, I have to step over you. You're upsetting things. My life has a certain balance and harmony.
You'd be better off with a little chaos.
Well, you certainly provide that.
It's the youth bit. Spontaneity. Say what you mean what you feel. Pow. Action now. You'll learn to love it.
No, no, I won't. Don't you understand? I've had all that pow action now business. What I want is pow tranquility now.
How about trying for dead?
I mean it.
I don't believe you.
Then believe this. I am not attracted to young boys. Not you, not any.
Lady, that is a lie. I don't know about anybody else, but you are certainly attracted to me. Why can't you be honest? What are you so frightened of?
It's horrible.
What is?
Falling all over a young man.
you're not falling all over me.
Not yet.
Well, that was honest.
I am not in love with you.
You don't know whether you are or not. You haven't given yourself a chance. You're so spooked by the idea of what other people will think, you can't think yourself. And who are all those people whose opinions count so much? Your mother, your daughter, Mayor Lindsay. Your mother's charming, but she wouldn't care if I was still in short pants as long as she hooks up with the Hohenhausers.
God, you're so arrogant.
As for Trina,
Please go.
you are a beautiful and desirable woman. I love you. Won't you let me love you?
Peter. Oh God. It's my mother.
Okay. Everybody come back. What's interesting about this, Danny, is that as you were doing it, I almost felt that you were like, it was like a Kevin Bacon character. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you've ever met one, but it's the way, he'd swing his feet over the chair, take possession immediately. You're mine, and I love you. There's something sexual about the body movement that's very hard for you or any of us to do in Zoom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just almost an impossibility. There was one question I need to ask you, Danny. What makes you say, I know that you want me? What is it?
Well, I guess part of it would be I'm trying to convince her, but we spent a night together too. So
you did spend a night together with her already. Is that what happened in Greece, Karina?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that makes more sense to me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Didn't know if you spent the night with her mother, who?
All of them.
Well, you say that,
Yeah.
Okay, so any comments from you guys? Did you like it?
Danny, I thought you gave a different performance
Yeah.
that time than you did originally. It felt like even when you just walked in, you had confidence and swagger, and you took your time, and you sort of sidled your way down to the chair, and it was an impressive adjustment, I thought.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. And Karina, I agree with Toni. I thought you were really good in a tough scene.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, some scenes are almost impossible to do on Zoom because it's the body movement, it's the way they hold their body. And, again, I suggest to all of you to be working with intentions. I mean, maybe next week I'll start throwing intentions at you again to help you change and switch as you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't want to do it all on one level. Not that you did, but you just don't want to. Okay, so Andy and Patrick, you ready to do your scene?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Rebecca, turn off your camera, honey.
Do you know the story of Lazarus?
Lazarus?
Lazarus. I can't remember how it goes exactly.
I don't. Well, he was dead, Lazarus, and Jesus breathed life into him. He brought him back from death.
Come here often?
No. Yes. Yes.
Back from the dead. You really believe that happened?
I don't know anymore what I believe.
This is quite a coincidence, us meeting.
I followed you. From work. I followed you here.
You followed me. Must have seen me in the washroom that day and thought, there's a sweet guy. Sensitive. Cries for his friends in trouble.
Yes.
You thought maybe I'd cry for you?
Yes.
Well, I fooled you. Crocodile tears. Nothing. What are you doing? Don't do that.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's just if you touch me, your hand might fall off or something. Worse things have happened to people who've touched me.
Please. Oh boy. Can I want to touch you. Can I please just touch you? Like here? Oh God, I'm going to hell for this.
Big deal. You think it could be any worse than New York City? Come on.
Where?
Home. With me.
This makes no sense. I mean, I don't know you.
Likewise.
And what you do know about me, you don't like.
The Republican stuff.
Yeah, well, for starters.
I don't not like that. I hate that.
So why on earth would you and
Strange bedfellows? I don't know. I never made it with one of the damned before. I would really rather not spend tonight alone.
I'm a pretty terrible person, Louis.
Lou.
No, I really, really am. I don't think I deserve to be loved.
There. See? We have a lot in common already.
Scene.
That was lovely, except for the kiss. Andy, you go to your right. Patrick, you go to your left. Otherwise, it looks like you're both bending down.
Okay.
Which
Maybe
So-
should we go in the opposite direction?
you go to your right, Andy. Go to your right.
Yeah.
You go to your left, Patrick. There you
That's
go.
here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this?
I really love that scene. What's this from?
Angels in
Angels in
America.
America.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, I think you guys did it real justice. This is hard for you to do, and you did. I mean, I think you guys did a magnificent job. I would have your coat up already, Patrick, when you
Yeah.
walk in. And then slowly, as you guys get warmed up, undo it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it really helps your character to be a little bit more nervous there.
That's good.
And Andy, when you say the crocodile tears, I think that's funny to you because you're saying you faked it. Or maybe you just cry a lot, like, you know, a crocodile in water. I don't know. It's whatever choice you do. But it was lovely because your arc, Andy, was really nice. It went from being really tough to being very gentle, which I loved. And Patrick, you went from being very meek to me being very brave, reaching out like that.
Mm-hmm.
What no, I mean, this was hard for you, obviously, to do for both of you, and I'm proud of what you both did. You know, you really committed to it, and that's the most an acting coach can ask for, is that type of commitment. How did you guys feel?
I think before, like, I got to really, before we broke it down and unpacked it and got into the sort of characters of it, I was embarrassed at how, like, nervous and squeamish I felt about approaching the material. You know, like just my sort of like, oh my God, I have to kiss a guy in this scene sort of reaction. Like, I was just, I don't know. It was weird. Like, it just brought me to like a really like stupid place that I was like, why is this a big deal? But I said to Andy, to my like embarrassment, it kind of was. You know, it was like, oh my God, like, how am I going to do? You know, how am I going to get into the headspace of a guy who really is excited by and wants to touch another guy? It of course, I have nothing but, you know, everyone should do whatever they want and all that. But just for me personally, I was like, how am I going to do this? But as we sort of unpacked it and broke it down, it felt like, you know, like no big deal at all.
Well, it was wonderful. Andy, how did you feel?
Yeah, for me, I had trouble getting into the kind of the time because Angels in America takes place during the HIV/AIDS epidemic, and
Yes.
earlier on when it was basically, if you were HIV positive, it was a death sentence, and actually Patrick helped me by kind of pointing out the kind of grimness of what it must be like for somebody to see friends and loved ones die, and not just I mean, that's bad enough, but also kind of the physical toll that this disease takes on people as they suffer from it. So
Well, also,
so that part for me was a little bit difficult, but yeah, I think, well, Patrick helped me kind of get into that mindset, and we talked a lot about this scene and what takes place and what's happening between the two of them.
Well, the thing that really got me about both of you is that because of your commitment, unknowingly, you chose to play the archetypes of these two men. Your archetype of acting, the guy smoking the cigarette, and I felt it was at a bar, which I loved. Having his shot of tequila or gin or whatever it is, looking hard, and then the kind of office uh, nerdy, um, white boy who always does the right thing or tries to but can't, following you in there and speaking the truth. And I think that's what the beauty of the character. I grew up in San Francisco, so I saw this firsthand. And that's at the beginning of the whole thing in Angels in America in San Francisco, period. They went into these two types of gender. There were the pretty boys, that were dancing, which would have been, like Patrick on the stage, or and then there were the guys who were wearing the black caps and the leather jackets. And, I remember seeing a parade one time with all the guys in the black leather pissed off that they're not on the trailer with the pretty boys who are dancing. I mean, it really was funny until the pendulum swung into the middle where none of that needs to be like that anymore. Does that make sense? And I liked how you fell into that, because that really was wonderful how you did that. So I'm going to bring you up first, Andy, and Patrick, you'll be the voice, okay?
Yeah,
Really well done, you guys.
great. Thank you.
Good arc. Played even more nerdy, Patrick.
Okay.
Nervous even.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget the cigarette, Andy.
I got it.
Okay, sweetie. Maybe order a drink.
Do you know the story of Lazarus?
Lazarus.
Lazarus. I can't remember what happens exactly.
I don't. Well, he was dead, Lazarus, and Jesus breathed life into him. He brought him back from death.
Come here often?
No. No. Yes. Yeah.
Back from the dead. You really believe that happened?
I don't know anymore what I believe.
This is quite the coincidence. Us meeting.
I followed you from work. I followed you here.
Followed me. You must have seen me in the washroom that day and thought, there's a sweet guy. Sensitive. Cries for his friends in trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe you thought I'd cry for you?
Yes.
Well, I fooled you. Crocodile tears. Nothing. What are you doing? Don't do that.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's just. It's just if you touch me, your hand might fall off or something. Worse things have happened to people who've touched me.
Please. Oh boy, can I? I want to touch you. Can I please just touch you? Here. I'm going to hell for doing this.
Big deal. You think it could be any worse than New York City?
Where?
Home. With me.
This makes no sense. I mean, I don't know you.
Likewise.
And what you do know about me, you don't like.
You mean the Republican stuff?
Yeah. I mean, for starters.
I don't not like that. I hate that.
So why on earth would you and me?
Strange bedfellows? I don't know. I've never mated with one of the damned before. I would really rather not spend tonight alone.
I'm a pretty terrible person, Lois.
Lou.
No, I really, really am. I don't think I deserve being loved.
There. See? We have a lot in common already.
Good. Andy, next time when you're doing it all by yourself like that, you would kiss to camera. Let me see you kiss to the camera.
Okay.
Kiss right now towards the camera, honey. Good kiss. Yummy, yummy kiss. All right, Patrick, that was really good, Andy. Now, Patrick, come on up.
Yeah.
I want you to make yourself different from him. He's slow, he's pedantic, you're not. You're fast, you're neurotic, oh my God, I'm so bad, I'm a bad person. Do you know what I mean? You're the kind of guy who beats the shit up out of himself.
Hear ya.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Do you know the story of Lazarus?
Lazarus.
Lazarus. I can't remember what happens exactly.
I don't. Well, he was dead, Lazarus, and Jesus breathed life into him. He brought him back from death.
Come here often?
No. Yeah. Yes.
Back from the dead. You really believe that happened?
I don't know anymore what I believe.
This is quite a coincidence, us meeting.
I followed you from work. I followed you here.
You followed me. You probably saw me in the washroom that day and thought, here's a sweet guy. Sensitive. Cries for his friends in trouble.
Yes.
You thought maybe I'd cry for you?
Yes.
Well, I fooled you. Crocodile tears. Nothing. What are you doing? Don't do that.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. So stupid.
No, it's just... I think if you touch me, your hand might fall off or something. Worst things have happened to people who've touched me.
Please. Oh boy. I want to touch you. Can I just touch you right here? I am going to hell for this.
Big deal. You think it could be any worse than New York City? I would really rather spend tonight alone.
I'm a pretty terrible person, Louis.
Ooh.
I really, really am. I don't think I deserve being loved.
There. See? We already have a lot in common.
See?
I'm sorry. There's a bunch of lines I skipped. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the whole middle dropped out. I just rolled with it.
Yeah. Sorry, Patrick.
That's okay.
Did my dog disturb you? Was that what happened? I'm so sorry.
No.
Everybody come back real quick. I loved it. It was a little slow. And if we were to do again, I would pick up the pace on this. But you had to find your characters and you did. But then if I were directing it again, I'd have you pick up the pace. Because otherwise it becomes a sensitive scene, but a little too long. But well done, both of you. Really well done. Anybody have any comments for them?
I liked it. It was sad to me,
Yeah.
you know, Andy's, explanation of his experience and whatnot, And I just want to say, Patrick, what you said in the beginning, and just, apprehension and playing, a gay role as a hetero male. I can relate to that, and I know, it's like, oh my gosh, because like I'm very open too. I have gay friends, and then when you put yourself in that situation, it's like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? But then I just, for me, I'm not trying to speak for you or for anyone. I was just like, love is love. Do you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
so, yeah, and I think it's, yeah, go ahead. And I think it comes across very, very much. I do like, I think like Tony said, the difference in your physicality of characters just by who you guys are actually lends itself really well to the characters. Like your physical appearance versus Andy's. It's a great contrast. I guess I don't know, coincidentally worked well with this script, but it worked both in your favors. So yeah, good job. That's all I have to say. Yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think, and I really appreciated this with both of you. I think it's really easy, when you're playing a part that's uncomfortable, like Tony, you started off this whole class by talking about this, is to find the ways that you can relate to that person. Because no matter what sexuality, age, I mean, I'm 75 and I played the lover of Marshall, who's what, how old are you, Marshall? 20 something?
No.
No, well, anyway, it's uncomfortable in a way because you start to think about that, just that outside thing, like, oh, that could never be me, but there's always something to relate to in humanity.
Mhm.
And I really felt that from both of you. I really felt your humanity, and you brought yourself to these people, and that touched me.
Touched me too. And they also brought where they were, which like Marshall did, was really nice where they were, this bar where it was happening. And I lived through this whole scene in San Francisco and saw many friends, including Harvey Milk, just go from it. And their friends. So I thought you did beyond decent, a really great job in doing this. So thank you. And this is what I want to challenge you. Yeah.
It's also interesting, like if I think the initial sort of, and I'll be honest, like I think even it would be a different scene if it was two actors together. Actually, my next door neighbor is an actor named Jack Coleman who was on Heroes, and back in the day he was on Dynasty, and he played Joan Collins's gay son on Dynasty, and he had the role for a number of years, and he's always been cast as the gay guy ever since, and he's not. So I'm like, how do you play those scenes where you're like making out with your fellow actors? Is that weird? And he's like, no, you at first it's weird and then you sort of get into it. But it would be interesting, if you went into audition for part and they were like, yeah, we want to see you guys kiss in this scene. I think it would just take an extra layer of, okay, like.
Well, you can feel very relieved because at this point they can't ask people to kiss in a scene because of COVID. So unless you get the role, and then you have your COVID shots and your COVID tests,
Yeah,
they can't legally ask you to.
right. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah.
In fact, when I represented kids, it was illegal to ask anybody on a commercial or a set to kiss someone, because I had a girl who was at a commercial. I handled her for years. She was like the queen of commercials, and she said they insisted, and she was in the audition, and the guy grabbed her and stuck his tongue down her throat. She got the commercial, he didn't. He screwed it up for himself. But for her, it was horrible. It just was so, I mean, even if I dated someone and they did that, I'd have to kill them. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like, ugh. So Jasmine, you had something to say, honey?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I really enjoyed the scene, and also some of you already talked about this, but Patrick, when you were talking about your reluctance in it, it kind of just I think that could also help in this particular scene because your character is like not into like he has like these conflicting ideas about what to do, which is probably very similar to what you would be feeling. So that's the first thing I thought of when you said that, and I think you did a really good job.
And Patrick did one thing that really I loved. where he said, "Do you come here often?" He said no. And then he got so conflicted, it just almost flew out of his mouth. Yes. And he looked very confused. And, I love that moment. And with acting, you always pick a little moment, one little moment, just to let it go. And it worked. So I want to see Noelle before she has to go do something. Noelle, who are you with? Jenny. Okay, so Jenny and
I
Noelle.
don't have anything to do, Tony.
What?
I don't have anything to do.
Jen, are you doing this scene with her?
Mhm.
What do you mean Noelle doesn't talk?
No, but you're saying before she goes, I'm not going anywhere. It's 6:15.
Oh, no.
I'm here until whenever you want to finish the class. If you want to finish at 10 a.m., I'm here, Tony.
I'm not, I just wanted to see you. That's all.
No, but the way you said it, like, Noelle has to go. Nope, I'm here.
I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, I'm just letting you know, like, I don't have anything. Last week I had work, but I'm done with work
Oh, okay.
at 7 a.m. Yeah. No, we do have a scene. Oh, but Tony, it's a short scene, just so you know. We just wanted to let you know it's okay with us, but
What
just
is
so you know.
It's a what scene?
It's very short,
What the hell?
like very short. You'll see.
Yeah.
Kidding me. What? Noelle, I keep giving you these short scenes.
No, but it's fine. But this one was like, because we rehearsed together and we were like going over, and it was like 1 minute. I don't even know how long, but it was
Why
fine.
didn't you email me, you guys? I had real problems. I think I said, Noelle, you weren't in yet, but last week what happened when I went to send you all my scenes, all the scenes were somehow formatted, my 800 scenes, into a format that was all numbers. And only a few scenes could I unformat. I mean, I spent hours on this. So I don't know what scene did I give you?
Cathy and Maxi,
It's
like
from,
it's
I think,
teenagers.
ABC General Hospital is what it says on here.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I apologize. It won't happen again.
Oh,
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay with me.
yeah, it's fine. It's
It
fine.
doesn't
It's
matter
just,
whether it's short or long. It's what you bring to it.
it's just be aware that it's not very long.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
No worries. Okay, so we go. Go. You ready, Jen? Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Get out of town. No way you'd know this guy.
Yeah, Lucky and I go way back.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, our parents have known each other forever. You know, his dad even dated my mom. How weird is that?
Wait, you mean you were almost like his stepsister?
No. I mean, they went out for a while. You know, Lucky and I used to have these private talks about it. It was something, he really understood.
Wait, you swear you're telling the truth? Wait. No, actually, he actually know your name. Really?
Oh, hey, Lucky. How's it going? Oh, yeah, these are my friends, Megan and Katie. Do you need a hand with your stuff or anything? That's fine. I just thought I'd offer, All right, I'll see you around. See?
Scene.
That was the whole thing.
You guys did a really good job. This is soap acting, you guys, is very difficult to do. Relax like the way you guys did it. Soap acting is a whole nother class. And you guys did it really well. You made it very casual and very nice because, in soaps, it's usually like, him, it's so overly dramatic and it drives me nuts. But you guys did it really nicely.
I didn't even know it was one.
Huh?
I didn't even know it was one.
Yeah, what does that mean? Sorry? You say?
General Hospital is a soap. And it's like my girlfriend on the show Young and Restless for I mean, she did the show for 35 years and it's still friggin' going. She went from the age of 18 to the age of Tracy Bregman. Anyway, she was on so much that she played like 4 different characters. They
Like
just
the series that they last for like 25 plus years.
30
That's the
years,
soap.
yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
so this is soap. And so soap acting, you guys, is very different because it's
Oh,
explanative. Like, you know him, and if you know Jen, yes, he used to date my mother, who was my buddy, and he was my best friend, and it's very descriptive rather than active acting, because you're always catching people up who missed maybe the last episode.
Oh,
So, so it's a whole different style of acting, you know. What's
okay.
wrong? What are you looking at, Noelle?
I was just putting more lights. I don't know if you see me better.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's just more uh, more giving the storyline out than actually acting the emotions. But you did it very well. So this is going to be interesting to see because I'm going to have you change a little bit. So I'm going to have you go first, Jen, and I
okay.
want you to be a little uppity, Beverly Hills, show off, you know, really showing off to her. And Noelle, I want you to be just a new friend to this girl who really has a crush on this guy, and you're just so impressed with her.
Like
And
really impressed with her.
oh my God, so impressed.
Okay.
You would strip right then and there if you could. So
Wait, what? Sorry.
I was joking. I said you would strip right then and there if you could.
What does that mean, Tony? Sorry.
Just kind of joking with you. You take off your clothes, you know.
Oh, no, but I've never heard. Is that an expression?
Yeah, it's my expression. Obviously, not very funny. And
No. I didn't even get it, to be honest. I don't understand.
I mean, I was just kind of like you would be somebody who would do anything
Okay.
for
Got
this,
it.
you know.
Okay.
Like, oh, go behind the bench, go under the stadium. You bet, you know.
Like the girl who do anything to get in the sorority type of
Yes,
thing that we see in the movie.
exactly.
Okay.
You're gonna talk, Jen. You're gonna be up, okay? So turn off your camera, Noelle.
Wait, should I still talk to her, or she's gonna?
Yeah, you're gonna
I
talk.
do the scene, but just without the picture. I mean, okay.
Yes, you're just gonna talk without the picture, right?
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, ready, go. Get out of town. No way you do know that guy.
Yeah, Lucky and I go way back.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, our parents have known each other forever. You know, his dad even dated my mom. I mean, come on, how weird is that?
You mean you were almost like his stepsister?
No, I mean, our parents, they went out for a while, but Lucky and I used to have these deep conversations, you know, really private. He was the only one that really ever understood me.
You swear you're telling the truth. He actually knows your name and everything.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Lucky. Uh, oh, these are my friends. This is Megan and Katie. Uh, do you need a hand with anything? Oh, it's okay. I thought I'd offer, you know. I'll see you around. See?
Wow.
That was really
See.
good. You know, Jen,
Mhm.
if I were you, I would actually try and get an audition for a soap.
Really?
Yeah, you're perfect for you playing someone's daughter. You're perfect. You're
Oh,
perfect.
interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know how much money you'll make on a soap?
I
The
don't.
only make a lot. The only problem with soaps now is they used to have teleprompters. So you could be, you know, talking to someone and looking over their shoulder, you know, embracing them and reading the teleprompter. Well, they don't have teleprompters anymore. That's how cheap they've become. And so On a soap, you guys, sometimes you have to memorize 10 to 15 pages a day. So you go to work at around 6:30 in the morning and you're through by 5 o'clock. It's the best work possible to have a normal life. The problem is if you're called in every day, which you normally are, you've got 15 to 16. Tracy one time had 35 pages with no prompter.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so let's bring up Missy Noel.
Okay.
Do you want me to still read it as I was doing it the last time? Like kind of uppity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Get out of town. There is no way you know this guy.
Yeah. Lucky and I go way back.
Seriously?
Yeah. Our parents have known each other forever. I mean, his dad even dated my mom. How weird is that?
Wait, so it's like you like his stepsister?
No, no. I mean, they went out for a while. You know, Lucky and I used to have these private talks about it. He was the only one that really ever understood.
Wait, you swear you're telling the truth right now? I mean, he actually knows your name and everything?
Oh, hey, Lucky, how's it going? These are my friends, Megan and Katie. Do you need a hand with some of that stuff? Oh, yeah, I just thought I'd offer, you know, I'll see you around. See?
See.
That was really good. Come back, you guys. Everybody come back. I'm sorry it was such a short, small scene, but soap's a whole nother ballpark. And it's interesting. I think both of you actually would have a chance with soap. Don't you think? Because I think Noel, they sometimes have people from different countries playing an exotic person, a lawyer or something like that. It's such good money, you guys. It's steady, good money. It's a lot of work. It's a lot, but it's probably like a 3-camera show, the most decent kind of work you can get. Because these 12-hour shows where you're working from, 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night, I mean, it's grueling. It's grueling on you.
I told you I wanted to take an American reduction accent class, something like this at UCLA. I'm still gonna take it somewhere just to
Good.
have more chances.
Yeah, I think the Clee Thompson is the woman you would take it from. Clee.
I don't know really, but whoever, but I'll take it because I know it can be a not a good thing to have an accent. Not a good thing, but it can not serve me, you know.
I don't think I agree with that anymore. Noel, I've seen a lot of commercials and stuff for Europeans.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree, but what I'm saying is like I'm never gonna lose my French accent. I can go back to French accent very easily, you know. But if I'm working on
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're correct in doing that. It'll give you much more work.
exactly, just to have more. Well, like Jennifer can do like many accents from different states, right? Which is great. I'm far away from doing that. I'm just trying to have an American accent, kind of. Plus a French
Well,
accent.
I think Clay would be, whatever her name is, I just said Clee Thompson would be the one. And I think they do have a class like that at UCLA, but I'm not sure anymore because
Is it the voice and movement class? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh
No.
no! I took this class though.
no,
Okay.
it's finding the American accent, and Clee works one-on-one with her students, and really I've seen a vast difference in them completely. There's also a book you can get, Noelle. I've got it here somewhere. it teaches you all the different accents. Like I can learn French, German accents, and they also have different styles of American accents. And they're little tapes, they're little videotapes that you put in and listen to, to get the feeling of it. If you
Okay.
send me an email, I'll look for it and give it.
Okay. Thank you. I will. Thank you.
But again, I don't think you need to worry about that as of yet.
Okay.
I think, you can find something as an exotic French woman, period.
Okay.
Well, I really liked it. Any comments, you guys?
No, well, I like the way you waved when you saw the guy that you were.
Yeah.
You
That
looked.
was cute. You kept acting.
Oh yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, you were playing the reaction and everything you would be doing while Jen was introducing,
Oh yeah.
friends.
I love that.
That can make a difference too, because like seeing when you see the audition back and you see the person still playing that, you watch them in a different way. Yeah, it's always a good thing to keep doing it.
So important. And Jen was playing, all the Beverly Hills kind of girl,
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, I
nice.
thought we chose the rule, and I thought it was I thought it was cool that she was kind of the cool girl. I mean, kind of mean, not mean, but cool.
Yeah.
And mean. No, but yeah, it was. Thank you, Patrick. But it was cool scene.
All right, let's see Jasmine and Rebecca. Rebecca, turn on your mic, please.
Yeah, sorry.
How are you dressed?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means were you dressed provocatively, showing a lot of cleavage, see-through blouse?
What the fuck difference does it matter how I was dressed? I could have been wearing a nun's habit for all they care. They tore it off of me.
But did how you dress make them think they could have sex with you?
What the?
Did you put on a show?
What the hell are you saying? You saw me at the hospital. What? You think I asked for that? Is that what you think? If that's what you think, you can get the fuck out of my apartment.
Why didn't you tell me you had a record?
Fuck you! Ain't got no record?
Everybody snitch. We just do it a different way. Latinos be snitching, but try and act like they not snitching. Nah, Hans Puppet's been here all day, man, with me chilling. Maybe he left for a little bit, like 2 hours or something, but that's it. Maybe he took his gun with him, man, but protection, man, you gotta be safe. Yeah, he came back with a little bit of blood, but I mean, like, accidents happen. Yeah, like he's upstairs cleaning the bathroom like now, but that's just because he's cleanly. Black will be acting.
Noel, is that something, Noel? Someone's mic is on.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I would have kept going, but it was just too.
Sorry, my mic is on, but I'm not listening to anything. I'm gonna mute it though. Sorry.
Guys, everybody mute yourself, please. Wow.
Wait, sorry, I cannot even mute it.
No, it wasn't you. I have no idea.
Because I wasn't even talking. I'm so sorry, girls. Let me
No.
mute it. Okay.
No. It could have been from my mic, but my
Okay, should we start over?
Jasmine, we can't send you out like this. It can't happen this way.
Oh, okay. Should we start again? Is it all like fine?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Okay. How are you dressed?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means were you dressed provocatively, showing a lot of cleavage, see-through blouse?
What the fuck difference does it matter how I was dressed? I could have been wearing a nun's habit for all they care. They tore it off of me.
But did how you dress make them think they could have sex with you?
What the
Did you put on a show?
what the hell are you saying? You saw me at the hospital. What? Do you think I asked for that? Is that what you think? If that's what you think, you can get the fuck out of my apartment.
Why didn't you tell me you had a record?
Fuck you. Ain't got no record.
You want to tell me about it?
All right. Look. I was helping my girlfriend move a U-Haul, you know? We were going through New Year's. We ran into this cop, right? And he sees we have a broken tail light. He pulls us over and started going through her desk and all sort of stuff she's got in the back. He finds a half gram of coke. It wasn't anything big. It was her desk. It was not my desk. It was her stuff, not mine.
So why is it still in the books?
I don't fucking know. You tell me. You're the expert in standard procedure. They said my record was whatever.
Expunged?
Yeah, expunge.
Have you ever made love to more than one man at once?
What the fuck kind of question is that?
It's the kind of question you're going to be asked on the stand. You're also going to be asked if Larry or any other man has ever hit you, and if you liked it. You're going to be asked about your drug use and your drug bust and how many drinks a day you have to smooth out the edges, and how many joints, and how often you go to bars alone, and whether or not you wear underwear when you go to them, and which diseases you've had, and how many abortions you've had. And I will object to all of those questions, and sometimes the judge will sustain me, and sometimes not.
Well, you got a really awesome system there, Catherine Murphy.
Sarah, you're a witness, and it is a defense's job to show the jury that you're a rotten witness because you've got a rotten character.
You think I got a rotten character?
No, Sarah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what they're going to say.
You ain't gonna help me because I'm some low-class bimbo, right?
I didn't say that. Jesus Christ, why is this so difficult with you?
Because you're a fucking Libra. That's why.
Because you make me have to be tough, strong with you so you get it. But I'm tough on you so I can be tougher on them. I'm on your side. Do you get it? Do you believe that?
Are those bastards going to jail?
Is that what you want?
I want those motherfuckers put away forever.
Well, Sarah, we finally agree on something.
You ain't listening to me. I said I want them put away forever. You got that?
I'm listening. I got it. That's what we'll do. Scene.
Scene.
Is this from what movie is this from?
Accused.
The Accused. Okay. Rebecca, I think that the card's distracted.
Okay.
Now I know why you chose them. Because they look like tarot cards to me. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're into numerology. Do you know what happened in this? What really happened in this movie?
Yeah. She was raped by 3 men in a bar.
Right. And she was dressed extremely suggestively, and she was dancing extremely suggestively, and she was drunk. She went in to buy a pack of cigarettes. And you know what? I don't know if you were drunk. I'm going to take that back. You just needed to let off steam. So you were dancing suggestively. I don't think you were drunk. You know, you just gone in, you were wearing a little short skirt, and these guys raped you on a pool table. This is a true story. And they're getting away with it so far, and you're angry. But I need to see an arc for you because you're so angry that that the character becomes too tough to me.
Okay.
Jasmine, you really are on her side, but you know what they're going to do to her.
Mhm.
They're going to do everything they can to save these guys. They're, like the football guys or the hip guys of the small town that she lives in. So I would like to see, we have enough time because this is a short scene for you guys to do it over and then do it one. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, we have time.
Okay.
So Jasmine, every time she says the word fuck you and good for you, Rebecca, you got into doing that. Hold the one card to you that you know is her card.
Okay. So I remove every card and just stay with one.
Yeah, and just you're feeling the card.
Okay.
Because that's why you say you're a Libra. I mean, because the cards just weren't working. I don't know why, but they weren't. You can have
Okay.
put the cards back up there. You can, if you want to take one or two from them, but you're not playing a card game.
Okay.
So Jasmine, this is a tough client for you. You're trying to help her and she's not helping you at all.
Mhm.
So for you, I want you to think of taming the wild horse. And Rebecca, remember what I said about anger.
Yeah.
You've got it at the beginning and you deserve it. And I think you deserve it at the end, but somewhere in there, she's frustrating you. Why is she asking you these questions? They're hurting you. I need to
Okay.
soften a bit. Here we go.
How are you dressed?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means were you dressed provocatively, showing a lot of cleavage, see-through blouse?
What the fuck difference does it matter how I was dressed? I could wear a nun's habit for all they care. They tore it off of me.
But did how you dress make them think they could have sex with you?
What the,
Did you put on a show?
what the hell are you saying? You saw me at the hospital. What? You think I asked for that? Is that what you think? If that's what you think, you can get the fuck out of my apartment.
Why didn't you tell me you had a record?
Fuck you! Ain't got no record.
You want to tell me about it?
All right, look. I was helping my girlfriend move a U-Haul to New Jersey. All right. We ran into this cop and he sees we have a broken tail light. He pulls us over and starts going through her desk and all sort of stuff she's got in the back. He finds a half gram of coke. It wasn't anything big. It was her desk. It was not my desk. It was her stuff, not mine.
So why is it still in the books?
I don't fucking know. You tell me. You're the expert in standard procedure. They said my record was whatever.
Expunged?
Yeah, expunged.
Have you ever made love to more than one man at once?
What the fuck kind of question is that?
It's the kind of question you're going to be asked on the stand. You're also going to be asked if Larry or any other man has ever hit you, and if you liked it. You're going to be asked about your drug bust and how many drinks a day you have to smooth out the edges, and how many joints, and how often you go to bars alone, and whether or not you wear underwear when you go to them, and which diseases you've caught, and how many abortions you've had. And I will object to all those questions. And sometimes a judge will sustain me, and sometimes not.
Well, you got a really awesome system there, Catherine Murphy.
Sarah, you're a witness, and it is a defense's job to show to the jury that you're a rotten witness because you've got a rotten character.
You think I got a rotten character?
No, Sarah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what they're
You
going
ain't gonna defend me because I'm some low-class bimbo, right?
I didn't say that. Jesus Christ, why is this so difficult with you?
Because you're a fucking Libra. That's why.
Because you make me have to be strong with you so you get it, but I'm tough on you so I can be tougher on them. I'm on your side, Sarah. Do you get it? Do you believe that?
Will those bastards go to jail?
Is that what you want?
I want those motherfuckers put away forever.
Well, Sarah, we finally agree on something.
You ain't listening to me. I said I want them put away forever. You got that?
I'm listening. I got it. That's what we'll do.
Good. Maybe a smile at the end, Rebecca.
Okay.
You know, because you finally get that she has to be this hard on you. And that's when the two of you bond. When she says, yes, you know, I want to put him away forever.
Okay.
All right, Rebecca, let's put you up first. I liked, Jasmine, I liked what you did. I'd like to see you just a little bit more exasperated with her.
Okay.
You know, why is it so hard on you? And Rebecca, it's because you're a Libra. That's actually a funny line. Do you know what I mean? I think that might be a point where the two of you bond because you're probably an Aries and a Libra is your opposite sign, you know, and she gets it because you're a Libra. And there might be that moment where the two people bond. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I need to like you guys. And at this point, Rebecca, it's hard to like you until you smile or, you know, I mean, what you went through was pretty horrible. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's have you go up first, Rebecca. Here we go. No, keep that in. Do that again. Don't let out your breath.
How are you dressed?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means were you dressed provocatively, showing a lot of cleavage, see-through blouse?
What the fuck difference does it matter how I was dressed? I would have been wearing a nun's habit for all they care. They tore it off of me.
But did how you dress make them think they could have sex with you?
What the
Did you put on a show?
hell are you saying? You saw me at the hospital. What? Do you think I asked for that? Is that what you think? If that's what you think, you can get the fuck out of my apartment.
Why didn't you tell me you had a record?
Fuck you! Ain't got no record.
You want to tell me about it?
All right, look. I was helping my girlfriend move a U-Haul. We were going through New Jersey. We ran into this cop, right? And he sees we have a broken taillight. He pulls us over and starts going through her desk and all sort of stuff she's got in the back. He finds a half gram of coke. It wasn't anything big. It was her desk. It was not my desk. It was her stuff, not mine.
So why is it still in the books?
I don't fucking know. You tell me. You're the expert in standard procedure. They said my record was whatever.
Expunged?
Yeah, expunged.
Have you ever made love to more than one man at a time?
What the fuck kind of question is that?
It's the kind of question you're going to be asked on the stand. You're also going to be asked if Larry or any other man has ever hit you, And if you liked it, you're going to be asked about your drug bust and how many drinks a day you have to smooth out the edges, and how many joints, and how often you go to bars alone, and whether or not you wear underwear when you go to them, and which diseases you've had, and how many abortions you've had. And I will object to all those questions, and sometimes a judge will sustain me, and sometimes not.
Well, you got a really awesome system there, Catherine Murphy.
Sarah, you're a witness, and it is the defense's job to show to the jury that you're a rotten witness because you've got a rotten character.
You think I got a rotten character?
No, Sarah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what they're going to say.
You ain't gonna defend me because I'm so low-class bimbo, right?
I didn't say that. Oh, Jesus Christ, why is this so difficult with you?
Because you're a fucking Libra. That's why.
Because you make me have to be strong with you so you get it. But I'm tough on you so I can be even tougher on them. I'm on your side, Sarah. Do you get it? Do you believe that?
Will those bastards go to jail?
Is that what you want?
I want those motherfuckers put away forever.
Well, Sarah, we finally agree on something.
You ain't listening to me. I said I want them put away forever. You got that?
I'm listening. I got it. That's what we'll do.
Oh, that was so good. That was really, really good, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And that's a hard character for you to play. And I'm sure if your parents heard you do it, they're ready to kill me. But that's a good character for you to play, really. And you did it really well. Good work.
Thank-
You're welcome. Let's bring up Jasmine. Now you're going to do the words for Jasmine.
Okay.
How are you dressed?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means, were you dressed provocatively, showing a lot of cleavage, see-through blouse?
What the fuck difference does it matter how I was dressed? I could have been wearing a nun's habit for all they care. They tore it off of me.
But did how you dress make them think they could have sex with you?
What the
Did you put on a show?
what the hell are you saying? You saw me at the hospital. What? You think I asked for that? Is that what you think? If that's what you think, you can get the fuck out of my apartment.
Why didn't you tell me you had a record?
Fuck you. Ain't got no record.
You want to tell me about it?
All right. Look, I was helping my girlfriend move a U-Haul, you know? And we was going through New Year's Eve. We ran into this cop, right? And he sees we have a broken tail light. He pulls us over and he started going through her desk and all sort of stuff she's got in the back. He finds a half gram of coke. It wasn't anything big. It was her desk. It was not my desk. It was her stuff, not mine.
So why is it still in the books?
I don't fucking know. You tell me. You're the expert in standard procedure. They said my record was whatever.
Expunged?
Yeah, expunged.
Have you ever made love to more than one man at once?
What the fuck kind of question is that?
It's the kind of question you're going to be asked on the stand. You're also going to be asked if Larry or any other man has ever hit you, and if you liked it. You're going to be asked about your drug bust and how many drinks a day you have to smooth the edges, and how many joints, and how often you go to bars alone, and whether or not you wear underwear, and which diseases you've caught, and how many abortions you've had. And I will object to all of those questions, and sometimes a judge will sustain me, and sometimes not.
Well, you got a really awesome system right there, Catherine Murphy.
Sarah, you're a witness, And it is a defense's job to show to the jury that you're a rotten witness because you've got a rotten character.
You think I got a rotten character?
No, Sarah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what
You
they're.
ain't gonna defend me because I'm some low-class bimbo, right?
You didn't say that. Jesus Christ, why is this so difficult with you?
Because you're a fucking Libra. That's why.
Because you make me have to be strong with you so you get it. But I'm tough on you so I can be tougher on them. I'm on your side, Sarah. Do you get it? Do you believe that?
Are those bastards going to jail?
Is that what you want?
I want those motherfuckers put away forever.
Well, Sarah, we finally agree on something.
You ain't listening to me. I said I want them put away forever. You got that?
I'm listening. I got it. That's what we'll do.
Good. Everybody come back. It's hard, isn't it? Isn't it hard to do it this way?
Yeah.
But
I
you
can't
girls,
imagine doing it with no tone in the voice, though. That
say it again, Jasmine.
I can't imagine doing it with someone that didn't have any tone in their voice, because it's hard enough not seeing them, but to have like no, I don't even know. It seems really hard.
Oh yeah, that's why I want you guys to continue with doing more of this stuff and you know, doing it with someone who gives you nothing. I mean, I can't see Mr. Marshmallow over there. Marshall, you've done it a couple of times. You want to tell him? Patrick, the producer.
Yeah. It's pretty, to be honest, my personal opinion, when I've gone in there, because they see so many people, they literally don't give a F. I mean, honestly, you're acting like a crazy person. Don't say that. No, you're crazy. You have crazy eyes. I mean, I'm just reading from what I read today. It's just like this. They don't care. But when you're like, I can only speak from my own experience. When you're in your character though, and you're doing it, you're just doing what you prepared. You can tell from the corner of their eyes, like, this guy gets it. He did his work. You know, that's the most important part. Because to be honest, I think sometimes some of them kind of get a little bit of a kick of being kind of dicks, to be quite honest. I just kind of get that vibe sometimes. And sometimes I just want to be like, man, I know my stuff. I know what I'm doing. I came prepared for this character, you know, voila. And so I just try to ignore that when I come across that. Not all of them, not all casting directors are like that. I don't want to say that, or whoever's reading it, but you know, I'm prepared for that. I feel like that's the worst case scenario. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, if I could say one thing, I think most casting directors want you to get the role because it makes their job easier. But if overwhelmed, if they're doing more than one show, which a lot of them are to survive now, it gets very tough because they have a lot of people coming in there. You know, Patrick is a producer. Have you seen that? Yes.
Have I seen what, Tom?
Did you say something, Noel?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say something, but go ahead, Patrick.
Oh, sure.
As a producer, do you guys usually always have readers or?
I mean, usually there is a producer in the session so that you can sort of, if you think the actor, or if you like the actor, or you think they're good, or you can kind of help them and say, oh, okay, great, can you give us a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that, or try it this way or try it that way, so that it shows up a little bit more. You know, you can like direct them a little in the audition, so you can help them over that little bump that the casting director is not giving them too much. But the funny thing I always thought about casting was that I was very anxious, like, how am I going to know how to cast someone, you know, when I first started going to casting sessions. And it's pretty easy generally because there's not a lot of people that seemed to come in and be great. Like it just was good common sense that all of us have when 10 people come in and you know the 2 or 3 best people who did it or the 1 or 2 best people. But a lot of it is also just casting. You know, like for example, if the part was like an exotic woman and Noelle came in and Barbara came in and Jen came in, Jen could be fantastic. Barbara could be fantastic. Noelle could be good. Noelle's getting the part because so much of it is the look, the part, the idea of it. You know, it's just the hard, honest truth. Now, it may happen that Barbara and Jen are so good that it's like, hey, remember them when we, you know, Jen would be great for this or Barbara would be great for that. But no matter how good they do, they're not going to get that part. And sometimes that's who comes in. You know, so you tend to see a lot of actors come in and everyone gives 100% and everyone's prepared. And in the old days before COVID, they would drive from like God knows where to Burbank or downtown LA, spend 3 hours in the car to do your 2-minute audition. And you would just feel like saying, why did they even bother? Because, you know, Rebecca's too young for the part, you know, or Jasmine's too young for the part, or Andy's not the right, you know, look for the part. We want like a young, squeaky clean college kid.
Yeah.
Noelle, what was your question? Barb?
Oh, uh, oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it was hard to do it without the other person, because what I try to do, I'm really new to acting, but I know I'm a really expressive person and I'm really emotional. So in my real life, I react. Like you will see on my face if I'm mad, happy, or anything. But with acting, I learned to not do that, to play whatever. Like I don't even care who plays with me. I mean, if they good, that helps crazy. But if I don't feel their energy or whatever, or don't have a connection, or I don't know them, I just try to stay in the role, no matter what they do. So I don't mind if it's a camera or a person. I'm just gonna do it the way you ask me to do it, if that makes sense.
Great. That's
I
exactly what
wanted to add something to that.
Go ahead, Barb.
That's a really good point, Noelle. It one of the things that I was going to say is you might get cast for the part, but you might not be lucky enough to play against somebody who's going to give you what you need as another actor. You may have to play against a really bad actor. Even some of the, you know, people that are pretty famous, they might just be not liking what they had to do. They took the job and then they're not that happy with it. So they're not, you know, doing a great job, and you're going to have to do a great job anyway.
Yeah, or they're jerks and they could
I
care
agree.
less about what you're doing.
Well, I just
Yeah.
heard a review of a movie that just is coming out, or I guess I'll just say it. It was Bruce Willis, you know, who's really well known, but he apparently took, you know, one of these thrillers or sci-fi things, and he's just walking through it. That's, I mean, they said he was just sleepwalking through it.
Mhm.
He obviously did not care at all. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking, the poor actors that really needed a job really are great, and they needed the job that have to play opposite him. They have to do it anyway. They have to show what they've got anyway. So Toni, your idea of maybe doing it flat, you know, with somebody that's just flat, is a good exercise because you got to bring it no matter what.
Yeah, but Bruce, that is Bruce Willis's style. His style is very casual and throwaway. I happen to be a big fan of his.
Well, they just said in this movie, he's
It's
really bad.
hard,
He's
but
bad.
but I hate to say it's bad casting, because the casting director knows Bruce Willis is the kind of guy who just throws it away. You know, he's just,
Got the part because he is Bruce Willis, but he didn't really, for whatever reason, he didn't really want that. He didn't.
Tony,
yeah.
if I may add something, when I was saying like a bad actor is because, you know, at UCLA Extension, there's a lot of people that take the class, they're producer, writer, a singer, whatever, artist, and they're not actor. They just try, you know. And so they like, I'm not even saying they bad, but they're not even trying to be actors. But I have to do my job because I'm trying to be eventually
Exactly.
an
Oh,
actress. So
yeah.
but,
I
And
want to.
and acting is not comfortable. It's not, oh, I feel so good. It isn't in, you don't really feel good until you really, really explore the characters in yourself. I mean, I was telling Royce the other day, uh, back in the day, one of the reasons I became a really well-known mime, because I traveled all around the world doing pantomime, was because I was terrified of silence. I was terrified. I mean, I was saying specifically, I remember going to Half Moon Bay with the Jefferson Airplane, if you can imagine that, Peter and Yorma Kaukana, and my friend Michael Eggleston, Aggie, who we were talking about, Barbara, the other night. And we were all sitting around and someone passed a joint around or whatever. And then everything became silent. And I got so uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not talking about a minute of silence. I'm talking about a long silence. And I'm like, you know, I feel my body kind of getting weird. And I'm like, "Ah," you know, and I'm petting the cat as much as I can. And that's when I made the decision I needed to find a silent art form because I was terrified of silence. And I think a big mistake that a lot of us actors make is that we think we need to fill the voids. That's what I liked about Andy and Patrick. Even though I would have had to go just a little bit faster, they really took their time, you know, to let the character develop. And I think that's all part of the process. There's no quick way to get there. You gotta, it's like making a soup. You know, yeah, keep adding salt and pepper till it tastes good. Any other questions?
Can
I
I
just
add
want to say one thing I thought when I was watching Rebecca and Jasmine, you guys did a great job, is the movie making, like from what I've read about it and some of the single camera shows I've done, it's so brutal in the sense that like you could be giving your best performance and they're like, we had a light go, we have a sound problem on that, let's roll it again. And you've already done it 50 times and you're completely emotionally exhausted, but it doesn't matter because Rebecca blew her line, or the extra was moving at the wrong time, and it doesn't matter. You could be shooting that scene at 8 in the morning. You could be shooting it at 10 o'clock at night. You know, it's just in here we're doing such like emotional work, and it's so deep. It's so deeply felt. But on the movie set, it's just part of it, you know. And so much of it is like where we're moving the camera and what light we're bringing in and who crosses here. And Rebecca, don't forget to hit this mark. You know, it's really crazy to see it happen in person. And you have such respect for the actors playing these levels of emotion amid the sort of math of getting it shot.
I used to always do my best performance on the wide shot. I had no idea what the wide shot meant. Well, that means you're about this big. And you don't want to do your best and this big. You want to do your best when I say, okay, we're turning the shot around and it's on you now. You know, that's when you want to do your best. And by that time, you're like, it's 9:45 at night and I've been here since 6. So, you know, and sometimes a PA may not like you, or a makeup person may not like you, or one of your co-stars may not like you. Doesn't matter. It's up to you to emanate and commit to the very best of the best of yourself at that moment. And that's where the technique that we're working on comes in. Just pulling that energy together and going for it. And I think you guys did, I mean, I tried to give you challenging roles tonight. I think I failed with Noelle and Jennifer, and I apologize because I think that was the one scene that I could get to open up for me. at that time that I could send out. And I was, we're talking 11:45 at night with me going, I can't open them. So, but nonetheless, it was a soap, and you both created characters that were very memorable and very real. And don't be fooled about the part that, oh gosh, I only have 3 lines. It has nothing to do with anything. You can steal a whole movie with 3 lines. A whole movie. Let's talk about Ghostbusters. The guy who played the art dealer. He did that. He got that job because in another movie he played a gay man, and it was just such a funny 3 or 4 lines that he had that they loved him. Sandra Bullock, the same thing. I mean, the Tom Cruise movie about the pilots. What was it called? It was a
Top
big
Gun.
Top Gun. Meg Ryan became famous, and her only real line was "Take me to bed, baby. I feel hot." You know what I mean?
Great. Men writing women's dialogue, huh? Stupid.
Oh yeah, but that made her that 1 or 2 lines. She was only on set for a day or two. That made her famous. So it's a draw of the cards. All the rest of it is, I always said all I want to be is a working actress. I don't want to be, I never wanted to be famous. Never, never, never. I like my privacy. So it's up to you. It's which choice you make and which way you go. And I've enjoyed so much working with all of you. And
Tony, I was
yeah,
gonna say, what if you don't like the people on set? Because I mean, in a regular job, sorry, not that you don't like it, but if there is an issue with them, like in a regular job, it's fine. It's if I'm a waiter, it's okay if people doesn't like me, I don't mind. But
well, look at the story between Mickey Rourke and 10 and a Half Weeks and what is her name with the big hair, who is married to the very funny guy, the brothers. Kim Basinger. The director and Mickey Rourke conspired against her. It was a very sexual movie, and she was very clear that she did not want to make love on set. And Mickey Rourke, became very friendly with it. Then they conspired against her, and there was a scene on steps or something where Mickey Rourke went too far, which he was famous for doing, by the way. And she was humiliated in front of the crew and everyone. He basically raped her, on the set in front of everybody. And when she complained about it, she was called a bitch. Nobody would talk to her. I don't know if you ever knew the story, but she didn't work for years. She was very hurt by that. So you have to live with it.
I haven't, I would, that's shocking. I wasn't even talking about like, I was just talking about like, if I don't like someone, but this is beyond.
That's criminal nowadays. But
Yeah.
Yeah, in those
Um,
days it wasn't, but it is criminal.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You
But
know,
I want to say something about that because it is a business. We are artists, but you have to remember this is a business too. So you may not like people or they may not like you, but you have to act as if you do. Like you do in your waiter job or any other job. You get along with people. You just do. You just make them like you.
I
I
mean,
don't
No,
care
it's
what
a,
kind.
I just feel like with acting, you really put your heart, like your emotion, and you really like, I don't know how to say it, but like naked, emotion wise. I don't know if that makes sense. But
No, it does. It does.
you
You are.
understand? Voilà.
Yes.
And so it's not like when I'm a waitress, so it's just in that way. But you totally right.
well, also, you also have to remember this, girls. When you're on a set, sometimes for 4 months, if you're doing a movie, everybody becomes a family. And love affairs start like John Malkovich and Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Liaisons. They started a love affair. And the minute the movie was over, he just left her. I mean, Just think about it. Bye-bye. And she had a lot of bad luck before she met her husband with situations like that. So it can become an instant family, but that family can also turn on you. So you have to be professional. You have to go in, do your work. If you're going to socialize professionally, and I say not emotionally.
Like keep distance.
Well, that's just me. You're going to do it your own way, you guys. I mean, Clark Gable, for example, had very bad dentures, very bad dentures. And it was notorious that he had extremely bad breath. Now he had to work with a lot of people, and kiss them. It was hard. And Clark Gable was gorgeous. Can you imagine that? I mean, there's a lot of that goes on. So, you have a love scene with someone and he purposely eats onions and garlic before the love scene. I mean, that's kind of mean. You have to just forgive them and go on and make it work. It's your job as an actor to make it work. And you have to ignore what the makeup people say. You have to ignore what the costume people say. You have to ignore everything but what you consciously or unconsciously believe is right. Leave yourself alone. Just do your job. Like Barbara says, go in, do your job, go home.
You're an artist, but it's a business. There are many artists that never work. And I think if you're going to work, you have to treat it like a business. And it's hard. It's hard to separate the artist from the business, but I believe that's one of the reasons that I failed. When I say I failed, I did work, but I didn't do the kind of work that was working toward getting.
But explain to them the business part, like you did with the other night to me with the fat salesman.
I'm a salesperson and I sell wine to some people that are really, really jerks. I mean, they're very smart and they want to intimidate me, as a salesperson. And over the years, I've gotten to, figure out their game. But at first, I would go in, present my wine, and they would say, "Bleh, why are you bringing this horrible shit to me?" And I would walk out and cry. Like I took it personally, like, oh my God, this is horrible. I never want to go to that accountant ever again and see this jerk. Well, I've called on him now for 30 years, and I've learned that it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about this product that I'm selling. And so what I was telling Toni the other night when we were talking about it, we are the product. The actor is the product. They've already, if we get the part, they've bought us. But we cannot forget that they bought us, but they don't own us. So we're doing the job that they're paying us for. We're doing the job, but they don't own us as people. We have to stay separate as a person from the artists that we are. And I hope that makes sense, but it's so important to remember that.
Well, tell them what you did with the guy, because I thought that was really interesting as a performer. What you said to him, how you manipulated him.
I just said, you are so smart. I kind of fed into his ego. After a while, I realized this is his thing that he does, that he's testing me. He's testing me, and he's trying to make me cry, trying to put me down. And I'm not going to let him anymore. I'm going to call his bluff. And now he loves me. I go in, and when he says, yuck, this stuff is shit. Why'd you bring this to me? And I'd say, Steve, I just love you. You are so smart. I'm going to bring you something else next time. And he actually now before COVID would, hug me. I mean, this guy is a really repulsive. I'm telling you, he drinks so much red wine that his teeth are purple. he has this bucket, like a big pail right next to him that he spits in because he, tastes about 100 wines a day, from all his salespeople. It's a big account, and they buy, thousands and thousands of dollars of wine. And he spits, and this bucket is there full of his red wine in
Red
it.
wine.
And you're afraid that if you have to jump back before he spits because it's going to splash on you. It's
Jeez.
so gross. And
Yeah.
yet he reaches out to hug me now.
So the
30 years it took.
rules are this, you guys, for those of you who aren't coming back, which I hope you do follow through because we're going to be doing more of this. You get there early. You say nothing to anybody in makeup or wardrobe or hair. Never discuss anything. Quiet, nice, get into your costume and just be ready. That's when you can have your cup of coffee and a donut. But not until you are absolutely ready to go on stage or, go on. And the other thing to remember is this. I'm somebody who worked with 3,000 people at once. I did live shows. I did shows for mom, dad, children, grandchildren, aunts, and uncles. You'll never feel the same energy with the camera that you feel with a live audience. So it's your job to feel and make that electrical energy with the camera. That's why I say when you look into camera, you see who you're talking to. It's a difference. If I'm talking to Babs, Barbara, as I call her sometimes, there's going to be a whole different way than when I talk to Patrick, who, brings out something else in me. Do you understand? It's all in the eyes and what you feel. And that camera you got to make it electrical. You have to breathe with it. You have to breathe with the guy who's running the camera. Always ask the cameraman, can I just take a look? Would you show me how the camera's set up and what you're looking? It helps you a lot. All right, my darlings, I can't give you a scene tonight from Marcy. For what it's worth, useful framework I've learned for acting, you can only control 3 things. What are they, Marshall?
Right there. Your
Huh?
acting, your marketing,
It
and your
didn't.
attitude.
Say it again. Your what?
Your acting, your marketing, and your attitude.
Thank you. The rest of it wasn't showing. That's
Oh, really?
why. No, it said 3 things and then it didn't show it. Thank you. So let me know, please, by tomorrow. Rebecca, Jasmine, I'm so sorry. We're going to miss you beyond belief. And Karina, let me know what your decision is, so I can send scenes out to you all, and then just send it to Venmo this week. All right. Jasmine, let me know about the commercial class.
I will.
All right. My loves. Anything else?
Sorry. Next week is gonna be what type of acting? Sorry. That we
It's the
start.
second part of this acting.
Okay.
So it's a new 6 weeks.
Okay.
It's $90 for my old clients. And
Jennifer, you gonna be here?
Me?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe we're gonna have another scene together. Maybe. Another.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you before we end. Do you want to do these scenes again with the other person acting dead, or do you want new scenes?
I think it's better to do new scenes.
Would we be doing the same thing with the new scenes?
Yeah, but except the other person will talk dead.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you want? Just how many people want new scenes? Raise their hand, just so I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, okay. Well, there you go. Well, there'll be new
Toni?
scenes. Yeah.
Just a question. Can we, yeah, I'm up for new scenes, but can we also do them flat? Because I would like to get some practice in, having a reader who does it flat so that I can.
Yeah, that's what I said we're going to do, Andy. I don't think you heard. Yeah, of course.
Okay. You're right. Okay. Sounds good.
I just need to know if Karina and Rebecca are going to be in. Jasmine can't, but those two need to let me know.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, much love.
All right.
I really love what you
Well,
do. Please go on to the website, Los Angeles Acting Classes, and just subscribe. Then every week you just go in there and you'll see your scenes. All
Toni, is
the,
that on YouTube or is that on the website, Los Angeles Acting Classes?
it's on the YouTube because,
Okay.
oh, you don't want to hear, I have no websites. I just paid $350 to be told that what they said my websites, the malware on them was, there were no websites. Nobody knows where my websites are. 2 big giant websites I have to do all over again. So I transferred them up to YouTube.
Ay, ay, ay.
It's not been a good couple of months for me. Let's just say that. Okay, so it's on YouTube. Okay. All right, my loves.
Great class, everyone. Karina,
Okay.
good luck with whatever you got going on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
hope you come back.
You guys.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Hopefully I
Rebecca.
can continue.
I hope so.
Jasmine, mwah.
yeah, Karina and Jasmine, bye. Nice meeting you.
Jasmine, Godspeed.
Yeah. Bye, Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
Take care.
Jasmine.
Have a great week, everyone.
Have a good week.
You
See you all next
See you
week.
guys.
Have a good night, guys, too.
Good
You
night.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.